Welcome to another edition of 3D prints from Toby. Okay, let's just start saying this. This is an absolute unit. This is u3d, I think they were called. I don't know if they're still active actually. And this is Thrall. And this is an absolute unit. It's bigger than a PS5. It's bigger than 1.5 little Coke bottle. And the amount of details in this is just insane. There's actually a part you can make that this sits in that says World of Warcraft. That's supposed to be like a wood circumference ring or something, but I didn't do it because one, I ran out of space, and two, I had to cut it up in so many pieces that just wasn't worth it, even on the CR10S Pro. This is, but what can you say? Just look at this thing. It's incredible. Everything is made to print, everything comes out perfectly, and it's just, I mean, what is there to say? It's massive, it's huge, everything fits in together so perfectly, every seam hides itself in the next part. These arms, make them separately and fit them into the torso, and then you have a shoulder breastplate, and it sits over the actual seams for this, so it's actually an indentation for the breastplate in here. And same thing in the back for the plate in the back. Same thing with the shoulders, everything. The head, I think it's actually still loose. I think I haven't actually glued. This is just push fit together. The only parts I glued are these plates on the hips that tend to fall out, and ones on his forearms here. And this is, when I started doing this, I realized that this was like 4 times as big as anything I'd done, and it took so much time. It took so much time, but I really enjoyed it. And when I was painting it, I was just like, geez, this is gonna take a lot of paints, and it did, but it really came out beautiful. And it still sits on my media bench. Nearly blocks out the IR for my TV, but I don't care. I just like looking at this and feeling like, wow, I actually made this. That's insane. So I started getting some spider cobs and stuff, but it's really one of my favorite models, and it just came out so cool, and it's so big, and it's really one of those cases where the model is really made for this to actually be made in a good way, so all the parts print flawlessly, really easy. There's no overcomplicated support or something like that. You just place them, print them with standard supports, and everything comes out just phenomenal. The only part that was hard to print actually was this Alliance flag and that skull. Other than that, everything was just easy peasy, and it comes out so good. And this is, I don't know if these guys make 3D models anymore, but they made good models. I have a Venom vs. Spider-Man model as well that I'm going to show you sometime. And they really thought them through when they made them, so you can actually make them really easy. You get a nice result. All seams and stuff are well thought out, so they're placed where you're not going to be able to see them directly. Same with the shoulders and stuff. Everything's just hiding the next piece, so nothing looks odd or off. There's actually supposed to be a string going here to the back. I have them printed actually. Oops, you knocked over some brushes. And I actually did FDM print them, but they've been getting dust, as you can see now. Let's put them there so you can have a look at them. But I never painted and applied them because I don't actually have a good reason. Just one of those details I felt like, nah, we're good. We don't need that. This is awesome anyhow. And look at that. You even have veins on them. These guys were just sick when they made models. You have veins. You have indentations. It's just insane. Really like this one. I don't think you can actually get this anymore. I tried to contact them when I had an issue with one of the models I purchased from, I can't remember if it was a Patreon or what they were doing, but You can't get them also anymore, from what I understand. They don't even answer you when you try to reach out to them on Facebook and stuff. But holy cow, these are some cool models they had. I actually have one with Wolverine Magneto, I think, as well. And if I had more space, I would definitely make all of these, because holy crap, they are cool. That's actually the only seam you can see really, is his legs are separate by a flat surface that has a little block in it that this goes into. You can see that there, the little red part, and that's like the only visible seam. So they did an awesome job for this. Really recommend this one. Thanks so much for watching. Have a nice one.